Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Is everyone able to hear me? Let's start, inshallah. Ya Rabbi lakal hamdu kama yanbawi li jalali wajhika wa azimi sultanik. Alhamdulillah. Allahumma rabbana lakal hamdu bima khalaqtana wa razaqtana wa hadaytana wa farajta anna. Allahumma lakal hamdu bil iman وَلَكَ الْحَمْدُ بِالْإِسْلَامِ وَلَكَ الْحَمْدُ بِالْإِيمَانِ وَلَكَ الْحَمْدُ بِالْإِسْلَامِ وَلَكَ الْحَمْدُ بِالْقُرْآنِ أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربي زدنا علما اللهم فقهنا في الدين اللهم إنا نسألك علما نافعا وعملا متقبلا ورزقا طيبا اللهم ثبتنا عند الموت بلا إله إلا الله اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد. I welcome you all to this noble journey of learning the language of Quran by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We all should feel proud of ourselves that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has chosen us for this noble cause. You all are hand-picked abd of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah for his tawfiq. We all know the importance of learning of deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? I would quote only one hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Khayrukum man ta'allama al-Qur'ana wa 'allamahu. So the best among you all is the one who learned Quran and taught it. So inshallah, that should be our goal, that we want to be the best of the mankind. So we will learn the language of Quran, we will learn our deen, and we will taught to other. We will teach it to the other. As I said, we are chosen by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this noble cause. So that is his special favor or gift for us. And we all know that favors and gifts always come with responsibility. We all need to prove our Rabb by our hard work and dedication that we are deserving of this favor. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran Pak, وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. We have made Quran easy for the zikr, and that zikr could be the recitation of Quran Pak, the tajweed part, or the memorization. So anything regarding the Quran, learning the language of the Quran, learning the grammar of the language, right? All these are zikr. So anything related to Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that it is easy. So this is the motivation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is saying that, okay, it is easy. What we need to do, fahal min muddakir. So we need to just put a little bit effort, and inshallah, he will make rest easy for us. So this is his promise. So this is the motivation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we need to trust his words, right? So I don't want any one of you quit this learning by saying that it is hard, because we trust the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? He's saying that it is easy, so we can't say no, it's hard, right? So it might seem hard to some of you, but believe me, our hard work will worth it. It will pay off. The joy, the connection, the love, the closeness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will fill our heart in such a way which is no one can describe them. It's amazing. So please take this learning as a challenge and put your 100% into it. And soon you will see the results. Understanding Quran is not a choice. Scholar says that understanding our deen, learning Quran, and the Quran is our deen, right? So learning deen is an obligation on every Muslim. So we are not doing any favor, or we are not doing any extra over here. Rather, we are fulfilling an obligation. So learning the language of Quran or anything related to Quran is not a choice. It is an obligation. We need to keep that in our mind. This is mandatory. Every Muslim, if we claim that we are Muslim, then we have to learn this language and understand Quran. So to sum up, we are aiming for a great cause, a great goal. And what is the goal? That we want to be the best of mankind. To achieve this goal, we need to stay focused, motivated, and dedicated. Then the promise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would come. As we all know by Quran that this is the sunnah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that he always wants his abd to do his part and then he helps. And what is the proof? In the Quran Pak, we see that Maryam alayhi salam was told to shake the tree and then the fruit would descend on her. This food was coming from heavens, but she was told to shake the tree. She has to do her part and then the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would come. And even the seerah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam also teaches and displays the same sunnah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So inshallah, keeping that in our mind, I'm asking you to give me your sincere promise that you will put your 100% effort into this learning. And the last ingredient of our goal is that we should keep our intention just for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why we are here? Because we want to make our Rabb happy. We are not here because our friends are here. We are not here because we want to impress other people that we are learning the language of Quran or anything. Like that should not be our intention, right? Our intention is only and only to make our Rabb happy. And that reminds me a beautiful dua. This dua is in my duas and it is like beautiful. So it is Allahumma inna nasaluka lazzatan nazri ila wajhika wa shauki ila liqaika. Oh Allah, we all beg you, ask you for the delight of looking at your face or your countenance and the eagerness of meeting you. So that should be our goal. That should be our goal of this journey. Now about this course, we will learn the grammar of Quranic Arabic. It's not Tajweed or Tafsir class. Rather, we will learn how Arabic grammar works to understand Quran in its own language. And if you work hard, then within few months, you would be able to translate the chunks of ayah in the Quran Pak without any help of any translation or anything, inshallah. To be successful in this course, another asset is Quranic vocab. So if you are already a Tafsir student or you have a good vocabulary of Quran, then this is cherry on the top. So you would enjoy a lot, because this is a great asset for this course. If you have any other question regarding this course, then please stay after the class and ask me about it. All mics and cameras should be off to keep the recording smooth. When I ask you to participate, you can raise your hand, and then admins will unmute you, and this is how you can participate. And if you have any question regarding the lesson when I'm teaching, you're gonna hold on your questions for the end, inshallah. So let's start our lesson with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So we are going to do our chapter 1 and a bit of chapter 2 from our Dream Nahu book. So what will we learn in this course? So basic Arabic grammar contains two main sciences. So they have two main sciences. What are they? Nahu and sarf. So when I say Nahu or Nahu, basically it is Nah. So when I say Nah, it means the study of grammar. How we know that in a sentence there are different words, right? So how these words play with each other and how do they interact with each other. So this is the study of Nah. And then we have sarf. Sarf is a study of individual words. How do we create different words from one word? So we can take one word and we can turn it into present tense, past tense, into noun, into many other things. So that is the study sarf. So basically, we need to remember these two terms. So nahav or nahu and sarf. So we are going to learn mostly talking about nah first. So nah is our first topic and sarf is inshallah our later topic. Okay, then if we look at into any language, we will see that every language would have alphabets. This is the basic unit of any language, right? So in Arabic, we have alif, ba, ta, right? So these are the alphabets. And what happens? These alphabets comes together and they make words, right? So for example, I can take kaf, ta, alif, ba, and I can make the word kitab, right? So this is word now. And then few words can come together and they can create fragment. For example, I say in the car. So in the car. So this is a fragment because this is not making complete sense, right? What is in the car? So that is a fragment. Then one fragment or more than one fragment and words can come together and they can create sentences. For example, I can say, I am going in the car, right? So that is complete sentence now. So this is how any language work, and same is the case with our Arabic. Then in Arabic, there are 3 kinds of words. How many? 3 kinds of words. And what are they? They are ism, fail, and harf. So what is ism? We know the English terminology or English definition of a noun. That noun is a name of a person, place, thing, right? And ism, basically, we are translating ism as noun. But it is not actually the fair translation of an ism. Why? I'm gonna let you know in a bit. So basically, when I say ism, so you should memorize this definition that ism is the name of a person, place, thing, idea, adjective, adverb, and more. More, inshallah, as we go in our course, we will see what is this more mean here. Okay, so again, one more time. Ism is a name of a person, place, thing, idea, adjective, adverb, and more. One more time. Ism is a name of a person, place, thing, idea, adjective, adverb, and more. So name of a person could be Ali. Name of a place could be Toronto. Name of a thing could be book. Name of an idea. What could be the name of any idea? For example, beauty. Beauty is an idea. Islam. Islam is an idea, right? Peace. Peace is an idea. So these are the example of idea. Then adjective is like something that describes something, right? So if I say tall boy, so tall is adjective of this boy. Then adverb describe like sometimes we say quickly, right? Or happily, right? So this is describing how action happen quickly, right? So basically sometimes you will see this adverb ending on ly, right? So that is also an ism. And this more, inshallah, we will learn more after. So that is our ism. Then we have fail. What is fail? Fail is something that is stuck in time, meaning it has time in it. And this time could be past, present, or future. And it has action too, right? So we need to remember this definition of fail. What is fail? Fail is something that is stuck in time. It has past, present, and future tense in it. Then the third one is harf. What is harf? Harf is something that does not make sense by itself unless some fail or some ism comes with it. The example is to, with, in, or by. For example, if I just sit in a taxi and the driver asked me where to go, so if I just say to the market, right, or to the airport, so what airport? Doesn't I need to explain more, right? So to and same is with, right? If I just say with me, right, does not make sense. I need to say more. So these words does not make sense by itself unless something comes after them, right? So if I'm saying the driver asked me where I want to go and I just say to, does not make sense until I say to the airport, right? That will make sense. Or to the market. So to is not going to make sense by itself unless something comes after it. And same is the case with with, in, and by. So all these harf are not going to make sense unless something comes after them. So now there are three kinds of words. One more time, what are they? They are ism, fail, and harf. There are three kinds of words. Say with me. They are ism, fail, and harf. And ism, now look at the translation. We are saying ism is a noun, right? But the problem over here is that if we recall the definition of a noun, we use in English, it says noun is a name of a person, place, and thing. Only these things are part of noun. And we can see that in ism, we are adding many, many more things in it. So that's why it is not fair to say that noun is equivalent to an ism. But the problem is we do not have anything better than saying that it is noun. So that's why we are taking it as a noun. But as a student of grammar, especially student of Arabic grammar, we should know that ism is not equivalent to English noun. But the problem is that we have nothing else. So that's why we are just taking it. So ism has something more in it. It's more than a noun. And then comes fail. And again, for the fail, we are translating it as a verb. Same problem over here. The Arabic fail cannot be equivalent to a verb. Why not? Because in English, we say to eat, right? We say to eat. But for in our Arabic, if I say akala, akala means this is a verb. Akala. And if I have to translate, it should be he ate. Okay, and this is a complete sentence. But for verb in English, we say to eat. The doer is not there, right? But in Arabic, whenever we say a verb, the doer is there. Okay, so that's why I'm saying that it is not fair to say that our Arabic fail is equivalent to verb, but again, we don't have any other choice, so we have to take it as a translation for fail verb. So that is clear. We have three kinds of words in Arabic. What are they? Ism, fail, and harf. And ism is a name of a person, place, thing, idea, adjective, adverb, and more. So this is a big, giant topic for us to learn. Then we have fail. Fail is something that is stuck in time. It has past tense, present tense, and future tense. And I would add that in Arabic fail, we have action and we have doer in it. So we have action. So we have time, we have action, and we have doer. So three things we have in the fail. So time, action, and doer. So three things are in the Arabic fail we have. So that's why it is not fair to say that this is equivalent to verb. And then same is the case with preposition. Preposition is a big category, more than English preposition. Okay, so I hope it is making sense to you guys. Okay, now three types of words in Arabic. Again, the definition: I am ism. I could be person, place, thing, idea, adjective, adverb, and more. Examples are table, house, Pakistan, peace, tall, quickly. Okay. Then fail. I am fail. I could be word stuck in time, or that has a tense, past, present, or future. Examples are slept. Slept is past, right? Smiles, present tense. Worked. These are all example of fail. Then we have harf. It could be a word that make no sense unless another word comes after me. The example, if I say on, right, doesn't make sense until I say that thing is on the table, right? Or just if I say under, does not make sense unless I use something else and I say under the chair, right? So all these harf are not going to make sense unless something comes after them. Okay, now we have to indicate ism, fail, and harf. And you guys can shout out at your place, okay? Because I have another, inshallah, I will give you time to participate with me, but not here. So that is easy. So inshallah, but you can shout out at your place. So table, if I ask you what is table, is that table ism, fail, and harf. So what should be your answer? Table is ism. Right? Dallas, because table is a thing, right? Dallas, what is Dallas? Dallas is a place, right? So it should be ism, because ism is the name of a person, place, thing, idea, adjective, adverb, and more. Then we have yells. What do you think about yells? Yells means someone is yelling. So we have action in it, right? So that means this is fail. From is not making sense by itself, right? From. So that is our harf. Books. Books is our ism. For, harf. On, harf. Cats, ism. Off, harf. Peace. Now peace is idea, right? So idea is our ism. Slept. I see an action here, right? So that is our fail. Nicely. I see ly. So this is our adjective and adverb. And adverbs are ism. Sleeps. Sleep is action. So this is our fail. Studied. Fail. In. Doesn't make sense by itself. This is harf. Loudly. How something happened. Loudly. ly. So adverb. Adverb is our ism. Tall. Describing someone. Adjective, right? So this is our ism. At. This is our harf. Cried. Action. So this is fail. Fasted. Fail. Maryam. Name. So this is our ism. Okay, I hope it's interesting and making sense to you guys. Now, so far we were all talking about kind of definition, and sounds like we are learning English grammar instead of Arabic grammar, right? So now I'm going to give you a shortcut to recognize an ism. So after the class, when you open Quran Pak and see all these signs, so you know that, yes, you learned something regarding Arabic grammar, inshallah. Okay. So if you see a word ending on tanween, what is tanween? If you see two dhammas, dhammatan, or you see two fathas, fathatan, or you see two kasras, kasratan, right? That is tanween. Okay. Or some people call it pesh, zabar, and zer. So if you see two pesh, two zabar, two zer, then you should know that this word is an ism. Okay, so this is the shortcut for you. If you are very new to this language, you're a beginner, then you are going to open Quran Pak after the class, and you are going to pay attention to these words, and you will feel happy that, okay, I know this word is an ism. Okay, so this is one clue. So whenever you see two fathas, two dhammas, two fathas, and two kasras, what you should say? I know you are an ism. Okay. Then another clue is if you see ta marbuta. Okay, if you see that lady, this lady has hijab on. Okay, so if you see this ta marbuta, then you should know that this is our ism. Okay, so far, if we see tanween, if we see ta marbuta, 2 signs. Third one is if you see al before any word, then you should say that this word is definitely an ism. Al muslimu. So I see al over here. With my eyes closed, I would say this is an ism. Okay, so 3 clues I'm giving you to recognize an ism. You're gonna open up Quran Pak and you are going to find all these 3 signs. And when you see them, you're gonna say to these words that, oh, I know you are ism. So what are they? Tanween, ta marbuta, and al. Tanween, ta marbuta, and al. One more time. Tanween, ta marbuta, and al. They are signs of a word being ism. Now, we are going to talk about ism. So first of all, I said that there are 2 kinds of studies in Arabic grammar, Nahu and sarf, right? So, and in Nahu and sarf, are we learning Nah right now or sarf? Nah. So our basically we will keep, I don't know, maybe next 4 or 5 months we will all talking about Nahu. Okay, we are not gonna go on sarf yet, like very long, because Nahu is a big topic. So we are going to learn Nahu, and in Nahu we are learning about that there are 3 kinds of words in Arabic. They are ism, fail, and harf. And now we are going to pick on ism, and our next few classes will be all talking about ism. We are not going to talk about fail. We are not going to talk about harf, but we need to talk about ism first. Ism is a big topic, and we need to cover that first. And this is very important topic too. Okay, so we need to really pay attention to this topic, because if we are weak, then our foundation will stay weak. So an ism has 4 properties. An ism has how many properties? 4. We can remember an ism with a car. So the car has 4 wheels, right? Can a car run if any one wheel is missing? No, right? So all 4 wheels are necessary for a car. Same, and ism has 4 properties. Okay, and what are they? They are, we can memorize them in this order: status, number, gender, type. One more time: status, number, gender, type. Status, number, gender, type. When I say status, it means that a word will have some ending sound. Un, an, or in, right? We know that a word could be, for example, if I pick a word kitabun, right? So sometimes it could be kitabun, right? In other time in the Quran Pak, you will find kitaban, or in other time you can find it as kitabin, right? So why is that so? Inshallah, we are going to learn, but this is called status. So status mean that what is how the word is ending. What is the ending sound of a word, of an ism? Then second property of an ism is number. Number mean, we know that singular plural, right, in English, but Arabic is more precise language, right? So we do not have any just singular and plural in it, but rather we have singular mean one, right? So if I say kitabun, this is one book. But then they have another word for two books. Okay, for two books, they have different word to say, and then they have plural. In our English, we just have singular and plural, that's it. But we need to remember that in Arabic, we have singular, then we have dual, and then plural. And for the gender, every word in Arabic, it is either masculine or feminine. So there are, when it comes to gender, every word in Arabic would be of two kinds. It could be, mostly it should be masculine, and then there are some signs or some, inshallah, markers we will know, and that would tell us that this word is feminine. And then about type is an ism can be common and proper. We know that by English, right? Common mean that something is common, general, and proper mean that something is specific, right? So same idea over here. So an ism can be common and it can be proper. So one more time, an ism has 4 properties. And what are they? They are status, number, gender, type. And our discussion would remain on status for a while. Okay, so we're not gonna talk about number, gender, type. We're gonna just finish our topic on status first, and then we will come back to the other properties. And status in Arabic, we can call it i'rab. And for number, we can say them adad, gender, jins, and type is qism. So if you want to memorize in Arabic, you wanna say i'rab, adad, jins, and qism. I'rab, adad, jins, and qism. And for English, you're gonna say status, number, gender, type. So whatever is convenient and easy for you, you can memorize these 4 properties. And then what about status? So status tells us what role an ism is playing in the sentence. Is it a doer of the action, or is it a detail of the action, or it is referring to some possession or belonging? Okay, and what is that? Inshallah, we are going to see more as we go in our lesson. So 4 properties of an ism: status, number, gender, type. Status is all about a word is doing, what a word is doing in the sentence. And there are 3 kinds of statuses. What are they? Rafa, Nasab, and Jar. So today, inshallah, a lot of terminologies we need to memorize. So first, Nahu and sarf, right? These are the 2 sciences. And then in Nahu, we are going to talk about ism, right? There are 3 kinds of words: ism, fail, and harf in Arabic. And then we are talking about ism only. And then in ism, we are learning that ism has 4 properties, right? And that is status, number, gender, type. And now we are learning that status has 3 kinds. So status can be of 3 kinds. And what are they? Rafa, Nasab, and Jar. Okay, so when I say Rafa, Rafa means like something raised. So if you see Dhamma over here, Kitabun, right? This is raised. This is up on the letter. So on the ba letter, we see that Dhamma is raised over there, right? So you can maybe think that way, and that could help you. So Rafa, when you see two Dhamma or even one Dhamma. So basically, if you see Dhamma sound, if you hear U or Un sound, right, then you should know that, okay, this word is Rafa over here. For example, if I say Kitabun, right, so what do you hear? Un sound. If I say Kitaban, what did you hear? Un sound. If I say Kitabin, what did you hear? In sound. So Kitabun, Kitaban, Kitabin. And if I have to translate these words, in translation, you will not find any difference. So Kitabun mean a book, Kitaban a book, Kitabin a book. So there is no difference. But this bun, bun, and bin sound is telling me what role this kitab, the word kitab, is playing in the sentence. For example, now when I say kitabun, if I'm saying the sentence, a storybook is fun. So now you tell me, what is the subject or the topic of this sentence? The storybook, right? So this is the main subject. This is the main topic of my sentence. So when we have some main topic or the subject, then it should be on, it should be ending on un sound. So that is should be our Rafa then. And then if I say I bought a book, I'm telling someone I bought a book. So who is the doer? I'm the doer, right? And what did I buy? I buy a book. So this book is what? Is the detail now. It is telling me, it is telling someone that I bought what someone can ask me. What did you buy? And I should be saying a book, right? So this is the detail. And that's why when we have detail, it should be ending on unsound. Then the third one, kitabin, if I hear kitabin sound, in sound, with 2 kasras or 1 kasra, then it might be referring to some belonging. Okay, so for example, if I say this is my book, so this book belongs to me, right? So when this book is belonging me, it has some possession, so it should be ending on in sound. Okay, inshallah, as we go in the lesson, it will make sense. So again, status could be 3 kind. Rafa, when I say Rafa, what sound I'm referring to? Un sound or U sound. So 2 dhammas or 1 dhamma. And it should be basically doer or the main subject of a sentence. When I hear un sound or a sound with 1 fatha, then what should come in my mind? That this is playing a role of like giving me more detail about something. Okay, so this is more detail. For example, I said I bought a book, so it is giving more detail. What did I buy? I bought a book, so this is detail. And then if I hear in sound or E sound, then it should, like this sound should help me figure it out that this ism is playing a role of some maybe possession. Okay, so all these my, his, her, their, right? All these kind of words, they show possession. So this is basically how you can understand status, and inshallah, as we go, it will start making sense to you guys. Okay. Now, let's understand Irab or Rafa Nasab Jar with more examples. So, as I said that when we hear un or u sound, what should ring a bell in our head? That this ism is playing a role of a doer, or this is the main subject of the sentence. And the term we are going to use, that this is Rafa. Okay, for example, I say Nasara Khalidun. What did you guys hear? Khalidun, right? So I'm hearing Dhamma sound. So Nasara means he helped. And now Khalidun, so basically it is saying Khalid helped. So who is the doer? Khalid. So that's why Khalid is in Rafa in status. Okay, it has un sound, and this is Rafa. And in other way, you can say this is the doer. Okay, then if I say Nasara Khalidan, now Nasara, he helped. He helped who? Khalidan. So this time it's not dun. Since it is not dun, I cannot say that Khalid helped. Right? Khalid, rather, Khalid is detail now. Rather, someone has helped Khalid. So Khalid is on the receiver end now. He is object. Okay. So he helped Khalid. Someone has helped Khalid. So he is the doer over here, which we do not know who, but we are interested in Khalidan, in dun sound. So Khalid is being helped over here. So that's why we see dun sound. So this is our dun sound, and this refers to what? Detail. This is detail. And then for the third example, and you guys, the term you guys need to remember is Nasab. So this is Nasab in status. So this is Nasab in status. Then if I say Kitabu Khalidin, now what did you guys hear? Khalidin. So you are hearing din sound, right? So not dun sound, not dun sound, but din sound. So this sound is telling me that something belongs to Khalid. So what does belong to Khalid? The book belongs to Khalid. So the book of Khalid. Okay. And in our Arabic term, we're gonna call that Khalid is jar over here, or it is after of, you can say. Because why we are saying after of? Because the word Khalid, where is it? After the word of. So when you hear anything after the of, then you should say, okay, the status of this ism should be jar. Okay, and the example are my, our. So these are all like shows the possession, right? For example, I say my car. So the car belongs to who? Me, right? So now my car, what should be the status of car then? Jar, because it belongs to me. Our house, right? So what should be the status of house then? Jar, because it belongs to us. Then there, same is the case. Okay, so these words can show us that, okay, that is jar in status. then ism right after it. So that is another. And so this is jar, and what sound is jar gonna refer to? In sound or e sound. Okay, so I hope it is making sense. And see, Nasara Khalidun, Nasara Khalidan, and Kitabu Khalidin. So just look over here, how important is to learn Arabic grammar. Nasara Khalidun and Nasara Khalidan. If we just mess up these two sounds, we can make a big difference, right? So the translation can be very off, right? So that's why we need to be very careful when we are reciting Quran Pak, because little bit change in haraka can mess up big, right? So Nasara Khalidun, over here, Khalid is the doer. Nasara Khalidan, Khalidan is the receiver over here, not the doer. Okay, now how we can remember all these Rafa, Nasab, and Jar? So may Allah bless my Ustad Asif. He has composed this song, and inshallah that can help us to memorize our three status. So his song goes like that. When I say dun, it's marfu. So masjidun, right? So what do we hear? Dun. So this dun sound, even though we don't know what is the word masjid mean, right? If someone is very beginner, right, does not know anything about Arabic or this language, just this dun sound can help this person out that, okay, that is Rafa. So when I say dun, it's marfu. When I say dan, it's mansub. So masjidan, mansub. When I say din, it's majroor. So dun dun dan dan din din, dun dun dan dan din din, dun dun dan dan din din. One more time. When I say dun, it's marfu. When I say dan, it's mansub. When I say din, it's majroor. So dun dun dan dan din din, dun dun dan dan din din, dun dun dan dan din din. I would ask you to find on YouTube that song of Brother Asif. It's amazing. I messed up. I'm not that melodious, but when he sings, it's beautiful. Okay, so now, okay, a little clue how we can find that something is Rafa. So very easy clue. When we see a sentence, we are going to ask ourselves, what is the action in this sentence, right? So we need to identify the action. Ask yourself, who is doing the action? For example, if I say kharaja, kharaja means he left, hamidun, hamid. So what is the action? Leaving, right? And did I hear, and who did this action? Hamidun. Hamid left. So Hamid is the doer. And that's why dun sound is over there. I cannot say kharaja hamidan, right? So kharaja hamidun, Hamid left. So we are going to identify the action, and then we are going to ask ourselves who is doing the action. Okay, and doer should be Rafa in status. So over here, Hamid is the doer. So that's why you see dun sound over here. Okay, very easy clue. Then look at the example over here. A teacher entered the classroom. Now you tell me, what is the action over here? Enter, right? And who entered? A teacher, right? So that teacher should have dun or do sound, right? So he should be the doer over here. And enter is the action. And where did he enter? He entered in the classroom, right? So this is the detail. This is the nasab. Another example, the teacher student woke up suddenly. Now, what is the action? To wake up. So this is the action. And who did the action? Did the teacher woke up or teacher student woke up? So teacher student, right? In other words, the student of the teacher. So do you guys notice that we have of here, right? So after of is the teacher. So that means this teacher, the status should be jar in status, right? And then suddenly, so this is adverb like telling us more. How did the students woke up? So they woke up suddenly. So this is our ism. Okay, then, yeah, so that's it for this. Now, our nasab. How we can identify nasab? Very easy. So we already, when we know the action, we know the doer. Whatever is left behind is all detail. Okay, so detail refers to the additional information about the action. Find the action and the doer. Everything else is the detail. Alhamdulillah, very easy. Now look at the example. If I say Ali ate chocolate at home yesterday happily because he was hungry. Now what is the action? Action is to eat, right? Who did that action? Ali did, right? So Ali should be Rafa in this case, right? So he is the doer. Now, what did Ali eat? What did Ali he eat? He eat chocolate. What did he, where did he eat? At home. When did he eat? Yesterday. How did he eat? Happily. Why did he eat? Because he was hungry. So the rest, the whole thing is giving the answer, like giving us more detail. So this is all details. Alhamdulillah. Okay, then about jar. And ism can be jar for two reasons. One, we see that, okay, whenever we see after of, so after of, the ism would be jar instead of, for example, Rasulullah, he. So you see jar over here, and the translation would be Rasul of, or the messenger of Allah, right? So the word Allah is coming after of, right? So that makes the word Allah jar in status. One thing I need to say that over here, because we will keep bringing ayat and saying, so whenever we need to be respectful when the word Allah is over there, we don't say Allah is jar or Allah is raf or Allah is nasab. No, we need to say the word Allah is rafa here, the word Allah is nasab here, the word Allah is jar here. Okay, so keep that in your mind. Example of after of is advisor of the king. So after of, what do we say? The king. So that means this king should be jar in status. My house, which we need to flip, and we can say house of mine, right? So this mine is after of, right? So that should be jar in status. Okay, the rest, inshallah, as we go. The second reason we will see, because we need to learn more to understand this example. Okay, now I want you to participate with me. You can unmute, you can raise your hand, and the admins can help you guys out to mute and unmute, and you guys can participate. So in the first example, my teacher drinks chocolate milk regularly. So now what is the action over here? To drink, right? And it says my teacher, right? My teacher. So what do you think about my teacher? What status should be the teacher over here? Because it can be teacher of mine. Anyone ready to answer? Teacher of mine. So we have after of here, right? So that means that my teacher, that should be after of. Now regularly, we are just talking about these red words. Okay, so regularly, what do you know about regularly? It is giving us more detail, right? So that should be our detail. So that means it should be Nasab. Then in the second example, he does not like vegetables or fruit. So now he, what do you think about this he? Is that the main subject over here, doer, right? So this is the main subject because we are talking about he over here, the teacher. So that is the doer over here. So this he, our, should be the doer and should be Rafa in status. And what about him? What he doesn't like? He does not like fruits and vegetables. So this is more information about that teacher, and so that is our detail and Nasab. Okay, then in the third one, he buys his chocolate milk happily. So again, he, so this is the main subject, right? So that should be our doer, Rafa in status. His chocolate milk. So now chocolate milk belongs to someone, right? So this chocolate milk should be jar in status. Now my teacher, again, teacher of mine. So jar. Also like yummy shawarmas. So yummy, what do you think about yummy? Giving us more detail, right? So this is Nasab. His students also like shawarma. So again, his students, student of his. So again, after of. And then he buys shawarma for his class sometimes. So now again, he is the main subject over here. So this is doer, Rafa. And then what did he buy? He buys shawarma. So this is detail. And his is after of, right? Possession word. Sometimes. So again, more detail. My teacher patiently explains hard concepts. So again, my teacher after of, right? And then patiently, ly, right? So this is adverb, and this is giving us more detail. And then hard concepts, again, giving more detail. What can he explain patiently? Hard concepts. So this is our detail. No one want to participate? Okay, in this slide over here, you guys can say, it says determine whether the highlighted words are ism, fail, or harf. So the teachers, what do you think about the teachers? Are excited for the first class of the school. Sorry, for the first day of the school.
J.
The teacher is what status should be?
J.
Not what status, sorry. It should be ism, fail, or harf.
Harf.
The teachers.
Ism.
Ism. Ism. Why ism and why not Harf?
It's a doer.
Because it is
It's a
people.
doer.
Teachers are, yeah, teachers are who? People, right?
Doer.
Yes.
Yeah. So people are ism. People are who? Ism.
Ism.
So we are going to say ism over here. Then it says they prepared. So what do we think about prepared?
فعل.
Fail, because it has
Fail.
action.
Fail.
This is fail. Now, prepared campus for the student. So for is what?
Harf.
Harf. Harf. Okay, this is easy. Okay, they tidied. So what do you think about tidied?
فعل.
Fail, action. Campus.
Ism.
Campus is ism because this is a place, right?
Yes.
That's ism. And made the binders. So
Ism.
the ism because they are thing. Binders and place them on the desk.
Harf.
Very good. So on is Harf. The student arrived early.
Ism.
Ism because it is giving us more about how something like it is related to time, right? Telling us how something happened. And another clue to find ism and fail, you can think that, okay, is early a Harf? No, right? Early is telling us something related to time. It's not Harf. Is it a fail? No, it does not have action, right? So what is left behind then? Ism, right? So you're gonna just say that, okay, this is ism. Okay. So the student arrived early the next day and they stood.
فعل.
Fail because it has action. Fail. They stood and stared at
Harf.
Harf. And they stared at each other awkwardly.
Yes.
Ism.
Yeah, because it is telling their state, right? So this is ism. So awkwardly is not Harf. Awkwardly is not fail. So what is left behind? Ism, right? So you're gonna call it ism. It is going to be a long year.
Ism.
Ism. Ism. Okay. So long is not Harf. It's not preposition. It's not fail. So what is left behind? Ism. Okay. So this is how you guys can figure it out. Now, another exercise for us. Surah Fatiha. Now we are going to look for if the word is Rafa, Nasab or Jar. So just you need to pay attention to the sounds, ending sound, okay? So when I say Bismillah or Bismi, so what sound do you see over here?
E. Nasab.
No, E is not Nasab.
Jar.
Okay. Rafa, what sound is Rafa?
U.
U. Okay, un or u sound. What sound is Nasab?
An or a.
An or a. What sound refers to Jar?
In or
E.
Okay, so remember that. Now, Bismi is Jar.
Jar.
The word Allahi,
Jar.
Jar. Rahmani,
Jar.
Jar. Rahimi,
Jar.
Jar. Subhanallah, all Jar, huh? Okay, now Alhamdu,
Rafa.
Rafa. Lillahi,
Jar.
Jar.
Rabbi,
Jar.
Jar.
Jar. Again, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Jar. Maliki,
Jar.
Jar. Yawmi,
Jar.
Ad-Dini,
Jar.
And you guys see ad-dini, it has al, right? So when you see al, then you should know that this is ism, right? And even this alhamdu, it has al, right? So that means this is ism. Al-alamin, you see al, this is ism.
Nasab.
Ar-Rahman, ism. Ar-Rahim, ism. Okay. And then we say over here, ihdina sirata.
Nasab.
Nasab.
Very good. This is nasab. Al-mustaqima.
Nasab.
Nasab.
Nasab. Again, sirata.
Nasab.
Nasab. And then al-ghayril maghdubi.
Jar. Jar. Jar.
Jar. Jar. Alhamdulillah. Is that making sense to everyone?
Alhamdulillah. Yes.
Okay, so now that is going to be your homework, and mostly it is just you need to answer them, and all the answers you're going to find in recording and in the lesson plan. So I don't see anything hard in the homework, and homework is must. Okay, without homework you are not going to gain anything from this course. I'm very hard on homeworks. Okay, so the students in the past who were regular in their homework, alhamdulillah, they are still with me, and they are my advanced student. And the student who did not attempt homework, they were lazy or whatever reason, they are lost. Okay, so I am gonna be very hard for homework. No choice. If you are in this class, homework is must. Okay, so this homework is must, and I am hoping that you guys have your study groups. If not, then we can discuss in the WhatsApp group. We have to have some study group, and you guys can discuss homework in the study group. So inshallah, that ends our session. Barakallahu li wa lakum fil Quranil Hakim. ونفعني وإياكم بآيات والذكر الحكيم سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت ونستغفرك ونتوب إليك.